Here we are again. Let's roll part 2 of testing this lithium solar charge controller. I hooked up one of my panels over there, but the weather is not so great today. Hopefully I'm gonna have a couple of amps at least to test if the software is well implemented and we have results. But for now, let's put the things together. This is my solar panel connection. This is pretty done over here. We have the output to the batteries, goes to in voltage and watt meter. Now output going to the batteries and we should have power. Yes, there we go. So all we have to do now is to bring the solar panel to the charge. So we have the plus over here. We already have power, 1.3 amps. Like I said before, it's not sunny today, but at least we can follow the charging. So here we go. I hooked up a second panel, so now the charge current went up to 2.4 amps, and you can see now it's on stage 1. We have a constant current, so we are waiting soon for the voltage to go up. So it will be a maximum of 12.6 volts. Well, doesn't say anything how to choose the limits, like voltage termination, maximum, minimum voltages and stuff like this. Let's check the manual. So equalization goes to 12 volts for lithium and lithium polymer batteries, like we have now. And then, so this is very clear. We don't have an amperage indication here, it's just the voltage. We can't really change anything over here but the kind of batteries. And what we can change is the under voltage protection. The range goes from 9 to 11 volts and discharge reconnect from 11 to 11.7. The float voltage can be adjusted. This is the moment when the output is disconnecting. We can adjust that too. Okay, that's 11 volts minimum for lithium. And then we go further. We have under voltage protection and then can go, let's say, to 9 volts. Typically, under charger protection, it's adjustable between 9 and 11. It's a very simple menu. I thought you can change your let's say maximum voltage and minimum voltages and stuff like this for charging and discharging, but it's very simple machine. So what we can do now is just to wait and see what's happening further. But in the meantime, we can check the voltage from the panels. So we have panel voltages, it's going down to 11.30. So like I said before, this kind of pulse width modulation, it's always trying to get the panel's voltages down to the battery level. That's how the system is working. And then, because of pulses generated by the charger, a packet of energy, I may say, it's transferred to the battery. But somehow the panel is down to the battery level all the time. A kind of short, if I may say. Like I said before, that's why they don't recommend to connect any other kind of power supply over here, because the solar panels are very flexible about overload and stuff like this. Okay, let's wait to see what's happening more. Okay, so the charging starts like 20 minutes ago, so it's 11:48 now. And we already have like 600 milliamps. The voltage is going up. But you know something, I think I'm gonna get rid of some of the other batteries. So I just let one. So now we only have one battery here to charge, is this one. And it's much better this way because we don't have too much power from the sun today. And it's going much better. You see, already the voltage went to almost 12 volts. Okay, so we have a single element, 2650 milliamps, and I can feel it a little bit warm. That's good, that means it's charging. The voltage went up almost to maximum, that's 12.6 volts. And what's funny now, let's see, the panel voltages went up to 13.28, much more relaxed. So that means that the current from the panels went down to the charger. Well, I have an idea. Let me hook a second battery. So we have another one for charging. Of course, the voltage went down. So I'm still charging with 32 watts, 2.7 amps. Okay, so now we have two batteries connected. It's like 4 and like 4.6 amps or something anyway. So even so, I can see the voltage is going up. So we already have 2.35 amps. We got no heat over here. Of course, with this current, there is no harm. But that's the first experiment anyway. I'm waiting for a really sunny day. Well, let's watch a little bit the watt meter, the volt and watt meter. So it's 12:28 minutes, so I have 12.03 volts and the charging goes normally, 2.5 amps. The energy it's getting into the batteries, we already have 2.7 amps and the voltage is growing, the amps are still there, 2.3 amps. It's supposed to be like that, but suddenly we are around 12.6 and it's supposed to stop over here. Look there, no chances, 12.61. Okay, that's pretty tolerable, let's say. The amps are going down, 2.2 amps. And look at the voltage, 12.67. What's happening over there? 73, 74, 74. So 1 and 4 minutes, the voltage went up to 12.8. That's not good. 2.5 amps. The amps are going up to 2.7. We already have 4 amps in the batteries, so I think that should be over. Look at the amps, they are going 2.8, 2.9, and the voltage going 13.13 volts. And I think the sun is coming out a little bit, and the amps are going even higher. 3.6, 4 amps. There we are, 4 amps. 13.32 volts. This is danger. This is really dangerous. 5.5 amps into the batteries, and look there, 5.1 amps already in two batteries that should have maximum 4.5 amps of charging. And let's go further. Okay, the amps are same, 5, let's say 5.1, sometimes 13.52 volts. So I can say, I swear the batteries was boiling. Listen, okay, we had 8 amps over there, almost 8 amps, and that means disaster. And I suppose the solar charge controller was really hot, because when I came into the room it was smelling like burn time. But suddenly, look there, the charger gave up, and that's it. That was the moment when the MOSFET blown up and everything stops, luckily. So it's looking like the charger, it's not doing any job. First of all, it's hot like crazy. We had a little bit of sunshine, so the current went up drastically, I may say. It smells like burning, so it should be something burned here. 60 degrees over here. The batteries are hot, 40 degrees, 40 degrees. and as you may see now, it's not charging anymore. So there is no more current through the machine to this one, to the batteries I mean. So they are not secure at all. Well, I was really thinking that maybe this little machine can make a service, but it's not like that. Let's disconnect the solar power, and look here, we have 13.5 volts to the lithium batteries. I'm really happy that I was around and I can stop this now, because it's a really mess over here. Let's try to put the voltage down a little bit. Let me have the others charging so I can drain some extra voltage and power to the other batteries. It's almost exploding, man, it's so dangerous. So finally, this is just a piece of crap. I'm not recommend it at all. All I can say that it's a terrible burning smell. Let's see what we got in here. It's smelling, really smelling. And let's see what we got here. Of course. So these MOSFETs over here, and these are responsible for charging the battery, they are already in short. Yes, that means they've been overcharged or something. Okay, those MOSFETs got burned because of overheating, that's for sure. So I'm gonna replace them and have a better cooling, a better heat sink, and maybe a fan. And I will redo all the tests, but I have no hopes. Anyway, I have to try it. That's the end of my experiment. Final conclusion: don't even think to use something like this for charging your lithium batteries. This is just a piece of disaster, I may say. Thank you for now, and I'll be back soon with some other projects. Bye bye.